Hey, and welcome back to the Quest for Completion Live Edition. And as you can probably tell from my level and some of the gear you're about to see, it's been a while. It's been actually 2 years, give or take. So here's what happened. 2 years ago, I finished recording episode 7, and then I recorded about 2 hours of level grinding for episode 8, which is why some of our characters here are level 93 and above. But not all of them, because our EV, our Summoner, and our Monk are not level 93. That's because I stopped playing the game. And since then, a few things have happened. Namely, there's a new difficulty. There's a whole bunch of new maps and challenges. And there's 3 new heroes in the game, who I'm really excited to use, but I'm going to save that for next episode. So a bit of something to look forward to. But for this episode, we're going to be starting out the video with a little bit of Embermount Volcano Nightmare Hardcore grinding, just because, I recorded it 2 years ago, so why not? It'll be a short little montage, maybe something, I don't know. And then after that, it's going to be me doing a bit of Halloween Spooktacular on Ruthless Hardcore, just to get some mediocre-ish DPS weapons and stat weapons for our characters. I actually already have them, because I've already done it. A bit of a messy recording process, but anyways, after that, we're going to cut back to me right now, what I'm about to do in a moment, which is even more Nightmare Hardcore Embermount Volcano Wave 1 farming. Because again, 3 of our characters, this guy, and this girl, not level 93 yet. But after we're done with that, I want to move on to some new stuff. Namely, Halloween Invasion on Insane Hardcore. This map gives a really cool weapon reward and potentially a cool pet reward. So we're going to be doing this map like give or take 5 times, and with the weapon that we get from here, we're going to be cheesing through all of Lava Assault on Ruthless Hardcore probably like 10 times. Maybe more, but probably 10 times. I just love this map, and it's really fun. And more importantly, if you do it on Nightmare or above, you actually get a skin for your Series EV that gives a 1.2 times damage multiplier, which is going to be really big for us because that combined with this honey gun right here means that we're going to finally have a decent DPS hero. Man, it's taken a while, but once we have that, I'm going to be doing, I think, what map was it called? Tomb of Etheria, also on Insane Hardcore, because the Apprentice, or the Initiate, has had a change. Look at this, guys. Bit of a glow up. Only problem with that ability is that it's really, really mana hungry. So we're going to be going to Tomb of Etheria to get a mana gathering weapon for our Initiate. Or I might make like a separate Initiate. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan for the episode. After that, maybe if I feel like it, but more likely than not, we'll be doing a little bit of Infested Ruin Survival, because at the moment, I need more gear. That's it. I just need more gear, more stats. I want to get to like 5-6k stats, or at least somewhat close to that. So that's why we're going to be doing that. But for right now, I'm going to cut forward, or I guess cut back to 2 years ago, a short little montage of Embermount, and then a little bit of Halloween Spooktacular, and then back to what I'm about to do right now of more XP grinding, and then the rest of the episode. I've already told you about that. But yeah, enjoy the montage. This one's going to be a very simple build, because it's not really a build. It's just I am massively overstated for this. So normally Ruthless is kind of ass, at least in terms of difficulty. Like it's just rough. Enemies go up to like millions of HP from like a few thousand in some instances. Like I tried Deeper Well, a few thousand HP goblins go up to like 1.2 million. So you can imagine it's a bit of an increase. But it seems to be very picky and choosy on when it applies that. So for this map, there really isn't like that crazy of an HP increase for most of the mobs, which means that we can kind of just blitz through it without any kind of a problem. If you notice the way that I'm placing my auras, the slow auras are placed in different spots, and they are occasionally, every once in a while, they're increased or decreased in size, like this one right here. And that's just because they're too big, and they'll slow enemies down in their spawn, and we can't kill them in their spawn, so, you know, what's the point? But dump a buff beam here. Probably not necessary, to be honest, but why not? Dump a buff beam there, buff beam here. Excuse me. Buff, there we go. And then dump another one right here. And then swap over to the mage. Get the rest of the mana. And again, it really is a no-brain build because we're so heavily overstated on this. I think this map is easy enough that you can do the first wave, or maybe even the entire map with, like, fresh level 70 characters. But anyways, a bit of tower stacking here. Just going to start out with a Deadly Striker facing this direction, one facing this one, and then one facing this one. And then just a bunch of lightning towers to finish it off. The build isn't completely finished, but it's good enough for now. We can go ahead and get on whatever character and AFK, because this is incredibly boring and nothing happens. Again, because we're... Oh my god, that's loud. Because we're so overstated for everything, there's nothing really to worry about here, and it's just kind of an AFK map. But the rewards you can get from here are crazy good. And like I said in the intro, they don't actually have any kind of a stat requirement. So you can just jump in here as like a fresh level 60, level 70 character. And as long as you can complete the map, you can equip some like ultimate plus if you're lucky enough gear. Mainly in the weapon rewards, because that's what we're here for. Right now, we have literally no DPS weapons at all on any of our characters. And in my testing, I found that to be the biggest problem. Because for anything that we want to do from this point onwards, we need to have some form of a DPS character. And sure, I could get my EV leveled up and, you know, get her the honey gun equipped, but I really don't feel like getting her up to level, like, 100 or whatever the requirement was. So instead, I'm just going to compromise with getting whatever from here, and that'll be good enough for now. Maybe I have an idea for a few maps, but I think there's a couple of maps that have very good weapon rewards that I could do with just towers and tower boosting. So maybe we'll do that, probably. We'll see, though. For the moment, I'm going to save your ears, and I'm going to cut forward to when we're on the final wave. I'm not building anything more. I'm just going to be sitting here, not even tower boosting, and just waiting for things to happen. Again, there's just no difficulty here. All right, now we're on the final wave. We're going to be adding a couple of specific characters. So there's only 2 map rewards that are really worth getting here, and those are the rewards for the monk, because it's pretty good, and we don't really have any other good weapon. And then definitely for the mage, because the mage weapons from here, they could be really, really good. So, oh, hold on. That last character is the wrong one. You are supposed to be one of the chump mages. There we are. All right, cool. And despite the extra characters, we still don't have to care, because the map is incredibly easy if you have, like, 10 times the stats you're required to have. Don't even need the tower boost. I don't know why I put it up. All right, F8. Hell yeah. Hey, look at that. New outfit unlocked Ninja. Oh, and we got a new, what was that? Wait, hold on. Hold on one moment. And holy shit, Ultimate Genie. You have terrible stats, but we're keeping you. I guess I'll put you in old stats, because why not? All right, so Mad Jack is the reward for your, not Huntress, your mage. And we didn't get any ultimate ones, so these are not going to be that good. But as you can see, based off of the stats that they have, they can occasionally have some pretty nice stats. Certainly a good stat stick on a couple of these. And then here we are. This is exactly what we're looking for. Ultimate 93 and an Ultimate Nosferatu, the monk weapon. These are really nice because they upgrade up until like +6 additional projectiles, so they're great for projectile weapons. And their base melee damage is pretty good in terms of upgrades, but we're really only doing this for the range damage. But yeah, out of both of these, I mean, this is a clear winner. This one's just terrible. 300 upgrades. It looks like we have our monk weapon. And as far as the armor rewards, as you can see based off of it, wow, this is actually a... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. This is actually a pretty good piece. Maybe we will keep that. The armor rewards can occasionally be good, but other than that, maybe the pets might be okay, but we're going to get those from survival anyways. So unless they have some crazy good stats, no reason to keep it. And it doesn't look like it in this case. All right. Sell all, and we go again. All right, now that we have a weapon for our monk, oh my god, my ears. We're just going to need apprentice weapons because the current ones we have, kind of bad. Although, to be fair, we're probably going to replace the apprentice weapon, but not this episode. God damn it, I keep pressing F6 to introduce my last character. The introduce character buttons are kind of weird and annoying, because F4 is the button that you use to introduce your last character. That or I always overlook F4. I probably just do that, honestly. Anyways. Loot! Mein Gott. Hey, a few more Guardian enemies as well. Those would be nice. Let's see if we got anything good. Oh my lord. 100,000 projectile speed bonus. That base damage too. God damn. Okay, this is great. It's obviously lacking in tower stats, but it's not what we're here for. It's just got the hero damage. Honestly, this map might be worth farming for some weapons, like tower weapons. But as for the other ones, yeah, kind of mediocre overall. But we only needed one that was super good. Hold on, this is a super good weapon for our EV, I'm pretty sure. It's good. Or not weapon, item. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, and as far as the pets go, I guess I'll keep these, because, like, why not? I don't really remember what our Guardian status situation is, so... But this is cool. And again, even though this is ++, we're still able to use it on, like, a level 90 character. Alright, sell all... Nice. Alright, let me quickly, before I forget, let me equip that staff on the EV. This is a really good place to get stat sticks. Unfortunately, it's not better than Lab Assault, because at the end of the day, Lab Assault does also give you experience, but eh. You are going to be this, sir. Thank you. Look at that. How much of a stat increase is this? Oh, we got like another 300 in each of our stats. EV is cooking. Look at that. Alright, let's do another 3 more of these maps. Should we go for any... We'll go for a couple of monk weapons. Honestly, I might split it down the middle, 50-50 monk weapons and apprentice weapons from now on, considering we don't really need any more DPS weapons for apprentice, but some stat sticks would be nice. What's going on here? What are you doing, sir? Sir! Pathing, please! Wait, hold on. I think we can swag this. Oh my ears! God, that is loud! What the fuck? How have they not fixed that yet? Alright, whatever. Round 9-11, let's keep going. Mein Gott. Oh, I love loot. Okay, hopefully that genie is not ultimate again. It is ultimate again. God damn it. At least it has good... I think it's ability 1. So it's good for a Tower Ghost Monk. Damn. Damn, not even upgrades. Alright, let's see. Supreme is ass. And... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's negative damage. That's... Ooh. It's negative hero damage, but that's a lot of upgrades. I'll do another even split. 50-50 Apprentice and the other character. So much of the same map that's like AFK rots my brain.
The missile knows where it is.
What? Honestly, fair enough. I don't have any... I didn't set up things properly. Okay, well, good enough loot, honestly. I could farm this, and I might farm this a bit more in the future, but I want to do Halloween Invasion. Well, you know what? I'm going to go offline and test it. And then this is, I mean, good God. Jesus. I think you need 80 charge speed bonus before it's good. But anyways, I'll test these out. I'll be back, and we'll show off the stats. Oh, that is really good DPS. Well, I mean, not really good. Okay, let's test out the other weapon, which I doubt will be better, but who knows. Oh, okay, not even close. Alright, let's swap out the Eagle Crested Standard for this bad boy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think it beats out the Monk. Oh, maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. Alright, admittedly, I didn't get to level 93 on all the characters. This is the requirement, 544, but on our Summoner, we're only at 500. Monk is only at 520, and these two are at like 328. But I got bored, so let's go do Halloween Invasion on Insane Hardcore. So, this map, because we're doing it on Insane Hardcore, is going to be pretty damn easy. The enemies don't really have that much health, and more importantly, we deal a lot of damage. So, here's the plan. Dump auras, something like this, and then dump auras, something like this, and that's all the auras you're going to need. This isn't really an exact or good build by any means, but it's a build. You know, it's a build. Over here, want to make sure that I place a reflector beam, something like that. And then I'm going to dump down, let's see, a 4DU buff beam somewhere like this. And then one reflector, two reflectors, and boom. That's an extra DU that I wasted, but it doesn't matter. Place a buff beam there, and that's it for the beams. Now comes the Apprentice. Take all this mana. And the Apprentice, more tower stacking, my favorite. Watch this. 1, 2, and then just dump down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 lightning towers, some number like that. Again, we are fairly massively overstated for this, so it doesn't really matter. But after that, you just dump down a whole bunch of lightning towers, or not lightning, deadly strikers facing just about every major direction. Just about. At least twice-ish, but it could be less than that. And then I'll place down a fireball tower just for shits and giggles. Or actually, hold on. You know what I should do instead of that? I'm going to place down this, because I've noticed that occasionally that's a problem, and just for the joke of it, Magic Missile Tower. That won't really do anything, but, you know, why not? For fun. I've occasionally, very rarely seen that crystal get hit, so let's plan for it. Now, oh, I forgot to give you the pets. Whatever. Get on to the Summoner, and the Summoner, this is where the fun comes in. So, behold, you go into this mode, and you're going to dump down at every major entrance. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just going to do a bunch of archers like this. Alternatively, you can do ogres. Probably better do ogres, but things will be dying so fast that it won't really matter. Now, one small downside of this map, or I guess maybe an upside, depends on how you see it, but you are not able to do this map on like multiple rewards. So if you want to get like several rewards for doing this map, that's too bad. You got to either have 2 accounts open, like 2 different Dungeon Defenders accounts, or alternatively, you need to have... what is it called? You need to have... I forget the name. Friends. That's what it is. Sorry. It's been so long since I've, you know, had to say that word that has escaped my vocabulary. But yeah, it's 1 reward per account for this map, so there's no reason to bring in extra characters, but alternatively, that also means that you don't really have to worry about extra difficulty, because at the end of the day, 1 character multiplier is pretty nice. Although I will say, people who are actually good at the video game, not me, they do this with 2 characters when they're doing Ruthless, and also when they're doing it on Nightmare, because Tower Boost slash DPS slash Hero Boost Monk, very powerful, very, very powerful. But that's pretty much it for the Summoner. You can place down more stuff if you want, but it doesn't matter. And now we're literally just going to jump into it, because fun fact here, oh yeah, here's the stats, I guess, for our Jester. Oh, I didn't respec my Jester, I should have done that. Oh well. Don't remember what I was saying, but everything gets upgraded. Look at this. Everything gets upgraded to tier 3 immediately. And now, very loud noises. I apologize. So, the way that this map works is, as you can see over here, you get bosses. Such as this, we got a girl right here. And you just kill the bosses. And that's pretty much it. The bosses take a certain amount of time to spawn, so even if you can, like, insta-kill her, her being the Spider Queen, it doesn't matter because the next one won't spawn until a certain time period. So, like, you could maybe speedrun this, but it's really just a limiter of how long the map itself wants to take. But after you kill any boss, you get a whole ton of mana, so it's pretty nice. I like to upgrade each of the auras to full because, I mean, you have so much mana. But, honestly, you don't really need to upgrade anything beyond, like, the basic buff beam where all the major stuff is. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing this on my Jester instead of my Monk, it's because it's just so much more DPS on the Jester. And we also don't have to do Tower Boost or anything. And mainly, that whatever weapon I got for the Monk, its right-click is a ranged attack, but that ranged attack really doesn't have very much range. Also, I can barely hear myself talking over how loud this is. Now we're on to the Alchemical Laboratory boss, Demon Lord. This guy spawns in like one of 4 locations. And he's kind of annoying on Nightmare because he's just very powerful. Like his floor attack where he just lights the floor on fire, it stacks up a lot and it can kill you and your towers especially. But because we're on Insane, our towers can handle them entirely on their own, and we can most certainly handle him entirely on our own, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's any limit to how many of these can spawn at once, so if you want, you can go run around and chase and kill them all right as they spawn, or you can just, you know, upgrade things, chill. Frankly speaking, you could probably AFK most of this map, with the only exception that I can think of being the Spider Queens. You can't AFK those, probably. But yeah, this map is fairly boring on Insane, so I'm just going to skip forward until, like, the next boss or something. And this is the last of the Demon Lords. Nice. Wow, that is loud. Now we get Snowmen, right? Pretty sure? Oh, no, this is the Super Wyvern phase. This phase is actually pretty rough on, like, Nightmare and Ruthless, just because these guys have a lot of health. Yeah, like 5 million, so you can imagine that's significantly more in Nightmare and Ruthless. But, you know, we have a gajillion in our stats, so... who cares? Alright, now that is the very end. I think this is the last guy we have left. Come on. Come on. Come on. Man, the range... is it the range or is it just the projectiles? Okay, now we have the cool guys. I like the snowmen. They make me feel good. Where's the first one? Yeah, this guy over here. They got a lot of HP. They got cool attacks. They're just fun. I like snowmen. They're cool. These guys also kind of take a little while to spawn in, but they kind of have to, because if they spawned all at once, doing this on higher difficulties would be pretty impossible. But I'm just going to sit on the roof and just wait for the video game to happen. Wait, I'm Jester. Hold on. I can do this. I don't even have to, like, manually heal anything. Anyways, I think we're on the final wave now, and it's the big Skybird. Oh, no, it's the Kraken. Oh, these guys. I hate the Kraken. I gotta be honest. The Kraken is by far and wide, like, my least favorite boss. Maybe right behind the Genie, but the problem with the Kraken is a very simple one. You gotta get rid of the tentacles, and it's really, like, finicky on if you hit the tentacles or not. So, like, there's a couple of weapons that are really good at dealing with the Kraken, but it's fairly far and few between, and it just feels janky, and not in the good way. Now that we're done with that, we get the Phoenix. So this is why I'm on my my Jester, because he has better range. And then there we go, we're done. Witch's Broom, Moonstaff, and Eyeball on a Treadmill. That's what we're here for. So, let me show you guys. Not too many upgrades, a bit disappointing, but the Moonstaff is a cool weapon because it's fire damage or whatever secondary damage you get. This actually scales very, very well on your hero damage. And therefore, this is what you upgrade. You don't upgrade the base damage, you upgrade the additional whatever elemental damage. The Eyeball on a Treadmill, as you can see here, it can be really good. Like, it goes up to 750. Like, you can upgrade to 750 on any of your stats, so it's great. But the only problem is, one, we're doing this on lower difficulty, so the stats are going to be pretty low. And two, it's got a level 100 requirement no matter what. So I'll keep it, but it's not that good. And as far as the Gun Witch's Broom goes, I don't really know if this is a good weapon. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to keep any of them that aren't, like, I don't know, ultimate or above. So, whatever. But I'm going to grind this map, like, 5 more times. Ooh, you're interesting. I'm going to grind this map, like, 5 more times and see if I can get one that's ultimate. Because if I can get an ultimate one, that'll make life a lot easier. But yeah, keeping the eyeballs, selling pretty much everything else. Let's go again. Honestly, I'm curious, like, how little building I have to do for this map, because I really don't want to have to put in more effort than I have to. You know what? I'm going to try something out. I'm going to build, like, 10 times less this time, just because I just don't want to put more effort into this map than I need to. It's very boring. It's very, very boring. So, what do we say to, like, something like that, like that, like that, and then bazoom. And then I'm not even going to place down any minions. I'm just going to place down the Apprentice Towers and call it a day. Maybe I should place down a couple more Electric Towers, if that's the case. Bang, bang, bang. Wait a minute, what? Does this... hold on, I need to test something out. Does that have the same radius? Oh my god, it does. Or it's similar, at least. That's cool. So you can just get that as a map reward. Huh. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, this. Okay, well, eh. Don't know if that does anything, to be honest, but whatever. Alright, let's go. Wait a minute. Whoa! Whoa! Hold on, look at this. The more vertical you get, the funkier the shot pattern gets. Huh. That's very strange. It's got like a diamond shape, but then the more up you go, it just becomes a straight line. It's insanely weird. That's cool, though. It also means that if you're shooting anywhere downwards, like I am right now, it's a wide-ass shot pattern, and therefore way less useful. That's okay. We're going to be replacing this weapon pretty soon. I'm pretty sure like right after this map. Wow. Finally. Boss. Phoenix. And we're done. Cool. I saw something was supreme. Mythical Moonstaff. Okay. This eyeball... It's a bit wait, no, that's the one we got before. Ooh! Oh, this is way better. So if we get to level 100, that's a pretty good eyeball. And this guy just doesn't have upgrades. Okay, well, other than the eyeball, nothing useful that time, but we go again. 3 more attempts. You know, the one good thing about this, you get to do, like, other things on the side very, very well. Like, you want to go learn a language? You can go learn a language, you know, nothing else you gotta do. Okay, I have no idea what hit the crystal, but, I'm gonna go back to learning Japanese until this is finished. It's Tuesday! No! I forgot Tuesday the game goes down, because Steam goes down for fixes. God damn it. Okay, that got interrupted, but here's a rundown. It's been a while, like a few hours, and I left my phone downstairs while I was doing laundry. So, I want to get this map started, build all my stuff, and I think like right after the Spider Queens are killed, I can just run downstairs, go get my phone, and then come back, and hopefully it'll be in time before, you know, I get killed by the snowman. But we'll see. I have complete faith in these towers to deal with all of the demon lords and the wyverns. Negative faith for the snowmen. I am the snowman. I'll get into a safe spot that's overlooking the main area, just in case. Yeah, there we go. Alright, time to get my phone. Okay. Oh my god, we haven't even killed the demon lords yet. Woo! I nearly slipped and fell. Goodbye, loser. Oh god. Oh, that might be the worst one so far. That's nasty. And that's disgusting. Oh my god, that's so bad. Alright, whatever. And as usual, the accessories are nothing amazing. You are also pretty ass. That's depressing. Sorry, wow. Just nothing. Just nothing. I'm keeping the eyeball, because I gotta keep something. I probably should have looked at that Transcendent Gun Witch's Broom, see if we got good stats, but whatever. 2 more. 1 more, and then we're done. Or alternatively, if I just get like a really awesome staff here, then we're done. Oh my god, the shot pattern's so ass. Okay. I saw an ultimate there. Fortunately, it doesn't say that on the item, but why am I not seeing it here? Oh. It's rough. And as always, the accessories are ass. So this is the best one that we have so far. Eyeball's okay. Eyeball's like a It's a solid upgrade. I think, yeah, it gives you a nice speed multiplier, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay. But one more run, call it a day. By a day, I mean I'm gonna move on to literally anything else. Maybe a bit of XP grinding, honestly, I don't know. I really don't like the XP grinding. It's brain melting boringness, but gotta be done. Man, this is generally pretty bad luck for the 5 runs. Or maybe I just have a small sample size. But last time I did 5 runs, I got like, I don't think I got an ultimate. Or no, I did get an ultimate, but it just didn't have many upgrades. Case in point, I got better loot last time on my 5 runs in local. But now that I'm on online, you know, ranked, where things matter, nope. And finally, for the last one, I'll do a buff, 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 and just obliterate the Phoenix. Be gone, loser! Alright, cool. I think 2 cursed accessories means we got an amazing moonstaff. Okay, we didn't get an amazing moonstaff. And we got a... This might be the worst pet yet. Wow. Well. What a shame. That's fine. I just wanted 1 moonstaff, kind of for fun mostly. And we have it. But the cool part about having only 1 moonstaff is I don't have to care about it anymore. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I guess I locked all the eyeballs. I don't really think I'm going to use all of these. I think 4 of them. Not this one. Well, maybe this one. Definitely this one, and absolutely not this one. So at least 4 of them are like okay-ish. They have use cases. Alright, now that I've upgraded the moonstaff, let me show you guys. Maxed out the projectile speed, got around 80 charge speed bonus, and then everything into the elemental damage, because it scales with elemental damage. And look at this. Look at this. That's neat. That's really cool. And that's why we're going to jump into Assault Ruthless, but I'm going to be bringing in 1 secondary character, and then 2 other ones for loot. But this guy right here, he's here for hero boost. Let me show you why. So, Assault Ruthless, we're doing this for the skin, and because I just kind of find it fun, and my game crashed. Okay, now that my computer's done crashing, here's why we need to have the monk. Or not need, but very nice to have the monk. This first crystal is really far away, and there's no, like, you can't really get a good angle on it. So the best thing to do is bring in a hero boost monk, and then 2 to 3 shot it with your staff. It kind of depends on your stats and how good your staff is, but for me, it's usually a 3 shot. Now, this next crystal, you can try bringing your monk in, but I've found that it just doesn't work out. Also, if you see I have a pixie equipped, that's for that reason right there. But you don't really need a pixie. If you're just good at the game, you'll be fine. But this crystal is always a 4 shot. Again, you can't bring your monk over here. Every time you try, he'll just get shot through the wall by the harpoon. Yep. A good chance you get hit by a harpoon there, but as long as you're fast, it won't matter too much. Now, this next crystal here, you can choose whether or not you bring in your monk, because you can see 5 shots-ish to kill it isn't super bad, but if you bring in your monk, it is about 2 shots. Only caveat being that bringing in your monk takes a good amount of time. Although, I guess, bonus, if you have somebody else to play the video game with, this would be a very good opportunity to do things together. Although, honestly, I think 2 characters with this item would be better than just having a monk and a jester, but whatever. Side note, you could also bring in like a propeller cat. I think that's what it's called. And that thing is really, really nice for doing this map. Very nice. But I haven't done Sky City on survival yet, nor have I done the jester map on survival, and they kind of take like forever, so we'll do it later. Not like later this episode. Oh, my ears. But like later in the future. Fun fact, Control V, you can skip countdown timers. But now that we're here, fun fact, by the way, the chicken gun has no range on it. Or not the chicken gun, the chicken blaster has no range, so you can just do that. We're going to rely on the old classic, my favorite strategy ever, stand on the conveyor belt to get them to move in, and then just watch as they fall down entirely of their own volition. It's great. And if we need to, if we activate our hero boost here, we actually deal pretty okay damage. About like 1 million damage per shot. 7 shots. Basically, what I'm saying is that if we need to, if need be, we can kill them. So, yeah. It's pretty nice. And because we have a Pixie, we don't really have to worry about this stuff. And if you don't have a Pixie, don't worry. These guys really don't do that much damage. A few gesture wheels and you'll be fine. And more importantly, if you just are a bit more cautious about when you attack, you won't need to worry about them getting anywhere near you. I guess you shouldn't attack constantly with your monk if you have the chicken blaster, because you do need them to be within this rough area. Otherwise, they won't do that. There's a time limit on this, but trust me, that won't ever be an issue for you. The time limit is like never, ever a problem. Cool. And now this last one over here. I don't know why, but this one always loves getting stuck on that exact corner right there. But it's pretty easy to deal with. And we're done. And look at that. Now, if you're lucky, I don't know how lucky, but if you're fairly lucky, you can end up getting a what was it called? You can end up getting a like really nice armor piece from here, like Ultimate or Supreme or whatever. But speaking of, most of the time you won't. A lot of Transcendence though, which is pretty nice because you could do this pretty damn early on. You could definitely replace some of the other armor grinds with just doing this map. But as far as the accessories go, nothing too amazing. You definitely can roll something good like this one with the positive HP instead of negative tower HP would be nice, but it is what it is. Anyways, whole reason I'm doing this was to unlock, well, mainly to unlock the EV skin. So let me get back into the main menu here. EV, congratulations. You are now EV 1.75. Look at that. 1.2 times damage multiplier. A bit lower base speed, but also a bit more HP. So pretty nice. That looks okay. I don't like that there's forced red on that character, but it is what it is. Anyways, so our EV has the skin that she needs to do good damage. And now what I'm going to do is run that map 9 more times because I really like doing that map. It's very fun to me. And as you saw, we can also get some good weapon rewards. Or not weapon. You can also get some good armor rewards from there. So that's pretty good. I'm going to go and do this a whole bunch. And no, at no point during this am I going to clear out my stash. Because I kind of want to just go through like the hodgepodge of every single item that we get. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, look at this. 1,400 items. 118 pages of items. And here's how many items that were relatively useful. Nice 7 bill from that. And this is all of them. And most of these, as you can see, they're transcendent. So they're probably not useful. And a couple of them, like this one, it's not useful. But I felt horrible deleting it, so I kept it. Same with this guy. But this guy, I don't know. He's got a lot of base damage. I know he's not going to be useful, but it feels cool to keep him around. A few of these accessories seem okay for certain characters, like this one right here. And I'm looking towards building some of our newer characters as well. But basically, it's not really worth farming this map at all. Do not do Lab Assault on Ruthless. Even as like a money farm, it's just not really that good. But, you know, we finished it. And now I think I might just jump into Tomb of Etheria on Insane. Either that, or I might go into, what was the map called? Infested Ruins. Or maybe a bit of XP farming in Amber Mount. Or Crystal Cavern, I don't know. We gotta get XP farming done at some point, so I gotta think of something on that end. But for the moment, I'm not too sure. But I'll be back when I have a decision made. I'm going to include this last little bit because I'm finally done. Once this is finished, I'm finally done with leveling most of my characters to level 93. I've been using Ember Mount the entire time because I found a bunch of other maps you can do on the Discord and the wiki and whatever. But all of those maps don't really let you level 4 characters at once. So even if they're like double the efficiency, most of the time they only actually let you level 2 characters at once. So it's not really double the efficiency, it's like half. You know, it's 50% the efficiency, which is the same as this. But, you know, for a lot of those you do get map rewards, so it's better. But either way, we're done. Finished leveling. I'm actually so happy. Alright, watch this. Our Jester, level 94, a little over-leveled. Probably going to have to respec for Wheel of Fortuna. Monk, level 93 already. Series EV? No, Summoner EV. Yes, you are now level 93. Congrats, pal. Mainly, this is the one we've been looking out for the entire time. Oh, my beautiful, oh my god, truly beautiful Series EV with a harpoon that gives negative hero damage. Finally level 93, which means let's go in here real quick. Look upon it. Its majesty, its glory. We finally get a honey gun. I prefer to use this one, obviously, because it's got, like, so many more upgrades. But, like, look at the fact that it gives you negative hero damage and ability, too. But that doesn't matter. For now, let's give this character some ability 2 stats. Did I just equip? Okay, I didn't equip glasses. Good. There we go. Good enough. All right, cool. Here's the stats. Very, very basic stats. Definitely understated, because we're not even using, like, a thing there. But look at this. Despite all that, once I upgrade the honey gun all the way up, and the only thing that you do is the base damage, by the way, but look at that crazy base damage. Now, watch this. Actual DPS, like genuinely very good DPS. Granted, it is entirely single target, but here's another benefit slash bonus. Let's say we have a secondary character up, like the Monk. Put that on there. Hero boost, and behold. Oh, whoops. Behold. Isn't that beautiful? Solid like 31 mil, 48 mil DPS. That's good enough. That's good enough DPS, because this beam lasts for a while once you fully charge it. That's good enough DPS to get us through a hell of a lot of maps. But for now, I think I want to start doing Tomb of Etheria. And the next episode for sure, we gotta get Sky City done. Maybe on Nightmare, maybe just on Insane, but this map has to be done. We need to get a pet, because one other thing we can do for our EV is we can get her a different pet, the Propeller Cat, and that will boost her DPS by a lot. Tomb of Etheria time. This map, like a couple of the Lost Quest maps, is kind of funky. So for the first half, build phase, you're not actually able to build. You just have to kill a bunch of mobs and a boss, and then you gotta do this for the first 3 waves in a row, and then after that, it's just a whole bunch of build phases right after each other. So, yeah, if you're doing this on Insane with the stats that we have and the gear that we have, it's very, very easy. But if you're doing it on Nightmare, mainly because of the bosses, the map kind of sucks. It's just not that good. I'm not a fan of it. It'd be one thing if it's just the bosses, which I tend to enjoy, but the fact that it's bosses plus, you know, these guys kind of sucks. Mainly because, you know, your damage is decreased in difficulties past Nightmare, or difficulties Nightmare and Ruthless, and on top of that, the enemies get like a bajillion more HP and yada yada yada. It's just not good. Also, you take like way more damage because your resistances are lowered. But second wave is really where the pain starts appearing if you were doing this on Nightmare, because these guys and their homing missiles, it's just not fun, man. It sucks, but you know, you got to deal with it. Thankfully, again, we are on Insane, so the missiles, they don't deal that much damage, and the enemies, including the bosses, they just don't have that much HP. I think the Harbingers, even on Nightmare, aren't really that much of a problem, to be honest, because if I remember correctly, they just don't have health, like, at all, really. Definitely not compared to the bosses. So, while they are, like, really annoying because they have ramp-up damage, they don't really get a chance to ramp up their damage when they die very quickly. Now we're on the third phase. This third phase this is where it's nice to have some sort of a ranged character. Sorry, if my mic sounded weird just now, it's because I looked at my forearm, and I have in fact been bitten by a mosquito or bug of some kind that has made a little bump on my arm. Very gross. Anyways, having a better staff would be nice here, because as you can see, the shot pattern on our staff completely misses the boss, and we have to do this funky weird angle, but either way, you could just get the normal enemies down really quickly, and then focus on the boss. Man, I'm so glad I'm not on Nightmare, because if I was, I would be getting destroyed by that laser. Hello, Ogre. Honestly, I'm still getting destroyed by that laser, and I'm not even on Nightmare. Jesus, man. You know, in hindsight, I definitely should have just gotten the monk weapon instead of going for the funny jester weapon. Okay, cool. Finally, we can move on to the actual play the game part of this, which is going inside the temple. So you just leave this first crystal behind, and you move on to this middle area. God damn it. He's such a massive AoE. This map sucks dick. Do you understand why I hate this map now? Alright, I got this weapon, I got the harpoon, and we're giving it another go. This time, even if the BS happens as it did last time, it won't matter because I have a DPS weapon. Significantly worse than our previous one, but once we hero boost, it is like somewhat comparable. And more importantly, I can both hero boost and tower boost and be generally okay in DPS on this character. So even if what happened last time happens and my tower boost constantly gets cancelled, it shouldn't be an issue, question mark, because I'll just DPS down whatever is destroying the crystal. You know, for a while I was thinking back, like, you know, these first parts of the map, although they're kind of annoying, they're not crazy hard. Why did I dislike Temple of Anubis so much? And then I got to the second part, and I saw that there's these 2 crystals we gotta defend, and we have, like, 65 DU total, and then on top of that, it cancels the tower boosting and hero boosting, and on top of that, every once in a while, it just spawns in a, like, 1 bajillion range orc, and that just destroys your crystal. So yeah, I remember why I hate this map even more now. God. God, I hate Temple of Anubis. It's okay, it's okay. We only gotta do this once. We only gotta do this once. Same thing as last time. Minus the failing. I didn't drop my mana. Oh my god. Tomb of Etheria is such a mental drain. God damn. I hate it here. 1, 2, 3. Place this somewhere over here. And honestly, you know what? Why even bother with Deadly Striker Towers when you could just place down a pajillion Lightning Towers? You know? Why bother? You know what? You know what? As a treat, we got a Fireball Tower. Bet you guys have never seen that one before. Unless you played Redux, because those are actually used a lot on Redux. Just in case, this time I'm going to place down these Archer minions like way farther down the line. And then down here, obviously these archers were far too close, so fuck it. Janky placement goes. Alright, whatever. I can't be bothered to give more attention and effort to this than I have just done. Man, it feels good to be playing a monk though. I forgot, I really like playing as monk for like DPSing. It just kind of feels good. I don't know why. It just feels good. Activates all the neuron receptors. Receptors? Is that the term? Alright, this time I don't, you know, die. Let's go. Oh. I didn't realize that. That's funny. The ogres can just do that. I built my minion wall fucking terribly. At least they get stopped on the left side, I guess. But I suppose this also means that I wouldn't have had a very good shot of doing this map with 4 apprentices, because I am bad at the game. Look at this. For some reason, this is the part that I like the least. These guys are invulnerable when you start out. Also, did I just lose my tower boost because I was hitting him? That might be it. You might just lose your tower boost when you hit them with your weapons. I'm gonna try out hitting them with my pet, see if that still loses me the tower boost. Because I don't think it will. For some reason, I feel like my pet hitting the thing will make me let me keep my ability. It does not. Okay. Oh my god. Loot. Yeah, whatever. Oh! Oh yeah, we got a bunch of accessories too. I forgot about that. And pets. The pet is not good, but we'll keep it for... I mean, I was gonna say completion, but we're gonna be back on this map on Ruthless anyways. So we'll keep it for fun. And you, I will keep. I will also keep... Oh, actually, you're Ruthless. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so I have no idea what stats you want. I guess ability 1 is what you'd want. So ability 1 and HP is the big hotness. Spirit of the New Kingdom. Apparently this is pretty good for monks. It's got a nice speed multiplier, but I'm not gonna, you know. And as far as the accessories go, I guess they could roll like okay. This might be good, maybe, for one of our characters. But unless you're doing this on Ruthless, it's not worth it to go for accessories. I've never used this before. There's going to be a lot more of those, but I've never used this before. This is like fairly unique. Yeah, look at that. What does it do on Nightmare? 9,000, huh? Wow, you... That's a very limp trajectory. It's interesting. Does it at least have a lot of AoE? Ew. I guess I should probably max out its projectile speed. I feel like that's a definitive... Yeah, that around 80 charge speed bonus, maximum projectile speed, and now... Yeah, alright. It's a shame that none of these items have like good right-click abilities. Oh mein Gott. Das ist eine Bluntensmoken. Ooh-wee. That's a good piece. Woo. Warden. Or, Apprentice. We'll see. Where is my funky helmet? You are... depressing. Well, that's funny. In the time of me recording this, a new hero was released for Dungeon Defenders. Mind you, I will not be using this hero, like, at all. But cool. Nonetheless. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! That's a Supreme Mask. Unless they changed it. Getting Supreme, or, well, pretty much anything that isn't the most basic version of the accessories, is that what they're called? It's just very rare to see it, basically. So the fact that we got some is actually pretty insane. Alright, now we're on a final wave. Very cool. It's been a while. I've had to retry this build a couple of times, meaning it's probably not that good, but you know, it gets the job done. I've also gotten like a whole bunch of ultimate plus pluses, so I'm really curious as to what you are. Absolute garbage. Well, that's about what I expected. Honestly, I feel like they nerfed the rewards. Am I just getting unlucky? Because the amount of Supremes that we're getting is a bit lackluster. I kind of expected like at least a couple of Supremes every round, but there's been a fair couple of... You are. horrible. Oh my god. There's been a couple of rounds where there's just no supreme rewards at all. Neato. Look at that. Beautiful. Honey staff. Could be better, but it is what it is. Now, over here, you, my friend, interest me. And you are terrible. Well, probably terrible. We'll see. Could be useful on like a ability 2 DPS character. Okay, let's see what the weapon rewards are like. Hopefully we get a new weapon for our EV. Honey Staff Ultimate got negative 500 damage. Ultimate Wasp Queen doesn't have many upgrades though. Don't we already have an ultimate one? Somewhere in here. Is it in the pets? Tower, DPS. Where is the thing? I know I have... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the other one that we have. So I guess now we have an ultimate version, although it's got pretty piss poor stats, but... You know. Guardians are whatever. Yeah. Alright, Honey... This is so disappointing. Man. Honey Spear, Ultimate 93, and it's... I mean... Might be better than what we have right now. Maybe. Let's lock that. Oh, that's a shame. It's a damn shame. So, pretty disappointing overall, but it's about what you expect. Do I keep you? No, you've angered me. Oh, that hurts. All right. And let me just see how much mana we get from pressing G here. 1 billion. That's not bad. Full billion. Oh my god. There's an ultimate plus plus on the map. It's chainmail. Oh, hello. Ah, my eyes. Ooh. Suck. Alright, first I want to see you. Suck. And there it is. Every single ultimate plus plus is a gamble. I think that might be really good for Warden, because I think she cares not that much about rate. Didn't feel the need to record the rest of this one, but this is yet another completion of the big map, Infested Ruin Survival. And that means 3 more rolls of Honey Gun. I forgot to lock all of my armor. Oh boy. Well, it's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge of loot. But that's no big deal. There we are. Alright, I see a little... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well played. Well played. I thought you were useful. You pranked me. You prunked me. My left ear just popped. Okay. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Aw. It's not that good of a honey gun, but it is a much better secondary honey gun. So it's a good swap out. Okay. Badoom. This is neat. I never really thought this would happen, but I just happened to be in the location when somebody was giving away some of their event items, because they're quitting. Oh god. I should not have made an open lobby. Neat. Thanks, Ferryman. Ultimate piece of gear. Yeah. Ability 1, maybe. Man, I should have recorded it earlier. Oh! It's an EV piece. Alright. How many ability 1 pieces am I gonna find? What are you? Every fucking piece is an ability 1 piece. Jesus Christ. Another EV piece. Another maybe EV piece. There's nothing special on this one. I just wanted to point out that I have 13 Transcendence, which is like the smallest number that I've seen after a round, especially this late in, ever. Like, this is like double the smallest amount that I've ever seen. That's kind of pathetic and sad, and also my crystal got hit. That also might be the least amount of Transcendence I've seen from chests. 15. What? That didn't show on screen, but I just got the catch 'em all thingamabobber achievement. Are you good? No. Well, no. Alright, let's see. No Wasp Queens. So I guess because we got you, or because we got you, one of these is the reason that we just got that achievement. Ultimate Honey Spear is terrible. That's depressing. Supreme Honey Guns. Yeah, okay. Oh wait, hold on. That to me sounds like a much, much better honey gun than what we currently have. Yeah, this is a way better stat stick. This is the haul, minus the honey gun. Alright, let's see. You will be replacing literally nothing on any character ever. I hate you. Alright, are you any good? It's okay, guys. We have 317 speed on these boots. That's surely what they want, right? Right? I don't know why, but I want legendary pets. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a moment. I wasn't expecting absolute cinema. Why am I looking at you? This guy. You are like hot garbage. Truly hot, hot, hot garbage. But very cool nonetheless. You are being kept. I'm gonna keep both. I'm gonna keep both of you. You're both very cool. Alright, let's see. What are you, pal? Worthless. Neato. Honey gun, huh? Alright, let's see what this armor is all about. And this is where the cardboard tube was. That's great. Alright, what do you got? Okay. It's an okay DPS piece. It's a bit lacking in upgrades, but I think it'll be fine. Alright, what are we looking at? Pets are whatever. Genie is ass. Honey oh, it's a shame. Goods, no, it's good for nothing. 2 of the, maybe for the EV, we might want to keep this one. Probably for the EV. Probably better than whatever the hell else we have. And I didn't even realize we had a honey spear because it's so low quality. But let me lock these ultimates. This is going to be a pretty pathetic haul, I'm going to be honest. Alright, well, fairly mediocre. Armor haul was pretty bad. Honey gun, this one's like maybe an EV weapon. New Wasp, pretty good upgrades. And then these two guys, which are pretty cool. Let me see real quick. Huntress, are you getting a new weapon now? Are you done with your old Blasticus? Not that one. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, why not, right? You know? Press G, and then I go to bed because it's literally 7 a.m. And that's pretty much it for this episode. Next episode, I have a few things planned. Wintermire, Ruthless Hardcore, definitely, or at least Nightmare Hardcore, and then also the Survival. I just want to get the Snowman Pet, and also this unlocks a coal farm for us. But to help us with that, I'm probably going to need to level this character right here up to at least 78, probably 83, because Warden is really useful for a lot of things, and got to do that anyways. So I might do a little bit of, where is it? Crystal Cave, this one. Ruthless Hardcore. I don't know if I can complete the campaign, but I've heard this is an extremely, extremely good XP farm, so we'll see if we can do that next episode. As for this one, we got a lot done. The stuff folder is very filled. A few ultimate pluses here and there, but I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to sort much of this because I don't need to. Let me show you guys a cool tool. So here's the cool tool I was talking about earlier. This is the Dungeon Defender's Gear Optimizer. It's made by Mage at Entangled Mage. And all you do is you upload your local copy of your online save file, which it tells you to do, or it tells you how to do once you get on the website. And it'll have every single bit of information about your account, whether it be the location of the items in your stash, on your characters, or even if it's on your tavern, it'll have the location of all your items and most importantly, stats of all your items. And here's why it's important. It's a gear optimizer. So it automatically will select a hero. Say, for example, it got my apprentice, and it automatically selects an archetype. For me, it was the builder apprentice who cares the most about tower damage, then rate, and then range. And then once you have your settings set up for filters and whatnot, you can tell it to equip the best, and it'll equip the best items for that archetype, for that character. And it is smart enough to keep in mind the level requirement for gear. But let me show you guys the settings that I always run with. First of all, for the type, I just select everything because I want to have accessories selected on top of weapons, on top of pets. I just want the best stuff on all my characters. And the next thing I'd recommend is, unless you're doing like a complete redo of every single character and all their stats, tell it to equip other characters, or tell it to not equip other characters' equipment by selecting this thing here, because otherwise it'll steal items from other characters, which is kind of annoying. And then the last bit, I just like checking these two at the top, and best includes sides. A bit finicky, but I find it to be very useful. But basically, once you have all your settings set up, you have the right archetype on the right character, you can tell it, hey, equip the best gear. And it'll equip roughly the best gear. You can see it didn't work perfectly, like it lowered my stats on my attack damage just to gain a little bit of range and HP and whatnot. But for the most part, especially if you've never used it before and you're in early end game, it will just equip the best gear. So I would highly recommend it. And when it equips the best gear, you can see in the bottom left of the little tab here, it shows you where the location of the item is, so you can just go find it pretty easily. The only caveat is that it doesn't tell you how to upgrade the item, it just shows the item as automatically being fully upgraded. And on top of that, even if I equip my gear from my save file, you can see here it is assuming automatically that I have fully upgraded every single piece of gear towards whatever is the most optimized way, even though I haven't, because upgrading accessories takes like 15 billion mana per accessory. So yeah. Anyways, regardless of any of what I just said there, it is a very, very, very useful tool. And they recently added a feature where you can add another hero. So for example, it'll add automatically the next hero in line, which is my series EV. And if it has the wrong archetype selected, just tell it, hey, equip for not the builder hermit, but my builder EV, and boom. Lock your previous character in, just so that it doesn't take the items from it. And then tell it, hey, give me the best from my file, and boom. You can see the series EV got a bit of a glow up. It didn't work perfectly. It worked well enough. Again, it's not perfect. The website's a work in progress. Tangled Mage is actively working on it like every day, I'm pretty sure. But for the moment, it is very, very useful. So you can see my series EV got a whole bunch of stat increase. And again, it shows where the gear is. It doesn't show how to upgrade it, but again, you can figure that out on your own. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can add as many heroes as you want. It has pretty much every archetype that you'd want, except for like a Jester. But I mean, like, it's got Gun Witch, Needle Gun Witch, DPS ability 2, ability 1 only, DPS ability 1, which is weird. Builder Guardian, which is like the new hero that's been out for like a day. It's got everything. It's not perfect. It is a work in progress, but I will say, if you don't like going through your stash, and if you want to have a cool tool that will just do everything for you, then use this. One slight caveat: if you are on Firefox and not Google Chrome, when you want to update this website with all the new gear that you have, let's say you farmed for a while and you want to see what the new best set is, you can't just load new and have it work. It has some like saved over data. You have to go up here and then click clear cookies, site and data, and then click remove, refresh the page, and then upload your files again. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. That's all I have to say. That's the tool. That's the progression. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode, which will hopefully be, let's call it within the next week.